platonic love, eudaimonia. These are concepts that belong to Plato. Plato, the philosopher who spent his life obsessed with living happily. Yes, Plato spent his life finding how to bring people to a state of eudaimonia. I repeat, eudaimonia. And what is eudaimonia? It's simple. Happiness and fulfillment. Plato sounds to me like the coolest philosopher of all time. Well, hold on. We haven't found out enough about him yet, but for now, I tell you that we introduce you to Plato, the founder of the Academy, the first Western university. Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. It is known by all that Plato is the most read and studied philosopher. As a student of Socrates, his writings focused on what he learned from his teacher. Socrates, who, as you should already know if you saw the previous video, didn't write any official writing, but the curious thing is that Plato also served as a bridge between the philosophical geniuses, since he personally taught another great philosopher, Aristotle. So, let's take you back to where it all started. Plato was born at the end of an era, the Golden Age of Athens. What some people call the Golden Age of Pericles. If you would like me to make a video about this era or another, just let me know in the comments. Born around 420 to 430 BC. But as you can imagine, dear millennial, the exact year of Plato's birth is a subject of debate among historians for obvious reasons. However, the year in which Socrates was arrested, 427 BC, is widely regarded as his official year of birth. Okay, let me tell you more. Did you know that Aristotle was his real birth name? Plato, which actually began as his nickname, means broad. It was reportedly given to him by his wrestling teacher due to his extensive physique and style. And interestingly, the name of Aristotle remains in Plato's epitaph, in case you didn't know, is an inscription engraved on a tomb. Plato was born into a socially elite family, one of the most prominent political families of ancient Athens, something that could be compared to the oligarchs of modern Russia. One of his uncles was a member of the famous 30 tyrants. Who were those? 30 power addicts who organized a government from which they wielded unlimited power, whose infamous anti-democratic reign over Athens was happily short-lived. It turns out that Plato had become a political figure, at least that's how it seemed. Until he met the pioneer of philosophy, Socrates. After meeting Socrates, almost everything about his life changed. The young Plato was suddenly interested in the arts, writing, poetry, and gymnastics like many elites. Versions say that Socrates was speaking on the market when Plato overtook him. He was so moved by the genius and his method that he immediately became his disciple. Soon after, Socrates was arrested for not worshiping the Greek gods and corrupting the young. Plato, witnessing the trial and subsequent murder of his master, was left heartbroken but inspired. Much of Plato's work would later focus on the man many consider one of the greatest philosophers who ever lived. Plato focused on serious areas such as ethics, mathematics, politics, metaphysics, cosmology, aesthetics, epistemology, and logic. Anyway, he was hungry for knowledge. His most prominent philosophies focused on 4 cardinal points. 1. To think more, which was formed from the Socratic method of questioning and reasoning. He believed that all men needed to think more to understand themselves, so they would act better, let themselves be carried away less by impulses, and achieve a state that he called eudaimonia realization. 2. Let your lover change you. Plato believes that our lover should change us and that over time, your lover should improve you to become a better person. Okay lovies dovies, do you agree with Plato on this? Ha ha ha, let us know in the comments. With his ideas about love, Plato proposed the concept of platonic love. 3. Decode the beauty message. He always asked why we found beauty the way we did. He believed we found beauty in things we often found to have characteristics we needed in our life. How is that? I give you examples: balance, gentleness, peace, and love. Every time we found these things, we saw beauty. 4. Reform society. This was quite understandable. Living in the era of the 30 tyrants and the heated wars between Athens and Sparta, he couldn't help but wonder how society could improve. Many say it was inspired by the success of Sparta. However, he was not focused on the military might of Sparta. Instead, he believed that society should emphasize fairness and justice rather than just the elite and celebrities. He also thought that justice was the goal of society, and women should be allowed to rule in society as well. In this way, many consider him the founder of political science. Plato believed that every society should have positive values. This led to the formation of the Academy, where he imprinted much of his ideas on society. We will talk more about the Academy in another video if you ask. After Socrates' death, Plato traveled to Sicily in southern Italy and North Africa. His travels reaffirmed his belief that education would improve society and lead to better government. Among Plato's contributions to the modern world is what is considered to be the first Western university and was also a great precursor of modern education in what was named the Grove of Academus. Plato offered students the opportunity to take lessons on many topics. In fact, this is where the word academician was coined. The academy became Plato's focus for much of his life and would remain an educational institution for more than 300 years. Speaking of the academy, Plato's most famous student, Aristotle, began studying and learning from Plato at the academy. At age 17, Plato is said to have seen Aristotle and his potential to be a great philosopher like him. So, Plato allowed Aristotle the privilege of studying directly from him as his disciple. Aristotle would establish his own academy called the Lyceum, where he would continue to teach the fundamentals of Plato. That is why many consider him the pioneer of university education. Plato died around 348 BC. However, several sources claim that Plato died of natural causes. Some say he died listening to the sounds of a Thracian flute damsel while lying on his bed. Others say he dies while attending a ceremony of his close friend. Plato's remains are believed to have been buried beneath the academy. Well, thank you for staying here. We hope you liked the video. Give us a like, share, and subscribe to our channel. See you soon, Wisdom Hunters.